Hello, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This week, get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock. With news of an unexpectedly large fall in dairy prices, today's dairy auction has brought prices in US dollars down a bit over 5%. In New Zealand dollars, however, the prices are down about 3% as the lower exchange rate has cushioned the drop. Volumes on offer and sold were the highest in 2018, but were lower than the equivalent auction a year ago. The big mover was whole milk powder, which fell 7.3% in US dollar terms, 6.9% down in New Zealand currency, and a large fall whichever way you look at it. Worse, today's fall was the third consecutive drop and the eighth in the past 10 auctions. The declines are starting to mount up now, with the overall prices now down 7% since February, and of course most of that came today. A drop like this, if it's sustained, could well trigger a revision in Farmgate payout price forecasts. In other news, we should note that trading on Wall Street was limited to a short perfunctory session ahead of tomorrow's US national holiday. The S&P 500 is down 0.5% today. In the US, factory activity rose for the second straight month, in part because manufacturers were scrambling to move goods ahead of international threatened tariffs. Excluding aircraft, however, the rise was less than for May. Separately, official data confirmed that the earlier flash result in May for durable goods orders actually declined. And American car sales in June came in unexpectedly strong, and rising demand for SUVs is behind the trend. There may also be some advanced buying ahead of those tariffs and the expected higher costs that they'll bring. And new data out shows that America's appetite for personal loans surged to a record this year and are at their fastest growing consumer lending category. Outstanding balances rose 18% in the first quarter to $120 billion. Fintech companies originate 36% of total personal loans in 2017. Yesterday, the Shanghai Stock Exchange closed up marginally, halting the sharp sell-off we've seen there recently. Tokyo also managed to avoid another serious drop. In Australia, regulator ASIC has been investigating their $45 billion credit card market. They have problems with the bank's responsible lending assessments for credit cards. They say they can be improved and found many customers have cards that don't suit their behaviours. We're concerned about the amount of problematic debt that we found, they said. Their review did not address the level of interest rates being charged. The US Treasury 10-year yield has fallen sharply today. It's now at 2.83%. That's down 5 basis points in New York. The Chinese 10-year is at 3.51%. That's up 2 basis points, while the New Zealand equivalent is now at 2.81%. That's also down 5 basis points. Gold has turned back up today, up $11 in New York to $1,253 an ounce. And US oil prices remained high and firm, now just over $74 a barrel. The Brent benchmark, however, is firm at $77.70 a barrel. And the Kiwi dollar starts today 0.5 cent higher at 67.5 US cents. While the cross rates were a little changed, however, at 91.5 Aussie cents and 57.9 euro cents. That puts the TWI at 70.9. I'm David Chaston. That was 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz.